This is man George Page coming to you live on YouTube. And right now I got here posted the 2019 Wings of Strength female bodybuilding schedule. As you know, Wings of Strength is the company that sponsors female bodybuilding in the IFBB. As you know, a few years back, the IFBB has dropped female bodybuilding from all its shows. It's not part of like back in the day, the first official bodybuilding show for women's bodybuilding was the Miss International. It was part of the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. And back in 2014, they started to drop female bodybuilding from the Arnold. Then, after 2015, after 2014 and around 2015, they dropped the Miss Olympia from the Olympia weekend, which was just kind of disappointing there because the reason was because of lackluster ticket sales, or the fact that the women will get a lot bigger, and that's why they put in physique to replace female bodybuilding. But Jake Woods and at the time his wife Crystal Woods saved female bodybuilding by creating Wings of Strength and promoting other shows for women's bodybuilding. And they created the Rising Phoenix, which was the World Championship of female bodybuilding, which was kind of like a equivalent to the Miss Olympia. So the season would always started off, well, for Wings of Strength, they started off doing the FIBO, which is more like just a convention thing. It's not really no competition. It's a meet and greet. A lot of products being sold. Ooh, excuse me. You get to meet. The Wings of Strength had a booth there where you get to meet and greet your favorite bodybuilders at the time. Female bodybuilders, and that was like last month. Now, next weekend, the big show coming up for female bodybuilding is the Puerto Rican Pro. Now, Puerto Rico had a nasty hit from Maria a couple years back, and they had to cancel last year's Pro and move to Hawaii. So they had the Hawaii Pro in its place. But now things are a little better in Puerto Rico now. Still some struggles in Puerto Rico, but it's a little better than it was before. So they're bringing it back to Puerto Rico. That's just pretty good. That's something that really helps out that country. It's anything that can bring in people or bring in money and maybe help the economy a little bit. It's tourism, anything like that. Also, the show after that is the Toronto Pro, which is one of the few bodybuilding shows done outside of the United States. Toronto Pro is a very popular show, the Toronto Super Show, and last year Margie V. Martin came back. As you know, Martin was the two-time Rising Phoenix champion. She took an absentee back in 2017, and now she came back in 2018. She took second place to Lita Papa, but the Toronto show is a good show, and I have a very affinity for bodybuilders from Canada. I think next to it seems like female bodybuilders from Canada is bringing a lot of great muscle development. Like people like Laura Benini and just so many others. Diana Cadeau, many others that come from up there from Maple Leaf Country. Don't mind me, I still got a little cold. I'm trying to fight, but I'm trying to do this for you fans of female bodybuilding. The show after that is the Omaha Pro. It's one of the smaller shows. And then next up is the Chicago Pro. The Chicago Pro, to me, is one of the biggest shows for women bodybuilding now. I see it's closer to, because it's like the equivalent of maybe the Miss International, but there is what they call now Miss Wings International. As you all know, the NPC has dropped international bodybuilding from its program, so they're not recruiting female bodybuilders from other countries anymore. But the Miss International is Miss Wings International is a show for amateur bodybuilders from not just the United States, but they get an invite from other countries too. Now, we get be called to Miss Wings. What happens here is that there's 3 divisions, as you know, 3 category classes: heavyweight, middleweight, lightweight. Now, each winner from that class competes in overall. Now, when you win your class, you instantly get your pro card. And then when you compete in the overall show, the overall winners gets a straight shot to the Rise of Phoenix show. Yeah, that's part of the as you know, I don't know, is part of the Arizona Pro, but that's to get a straight shot to the Rising Phoenix after they win the overall contest of the Miss Wings International. Now, next show after that is the Norfolk show, aka the Linda Murray show. Now, Linda Murray, I have much respect for her because she's the 7-time Miss Olympia. She broke um, Corey Everson record back in the day with 7 wins, and she's one of the few female bodybuilders that still promotes female bodybuilding. Former 7-time Miss Olympiad, and she still posts female bodybuilding, while many others who have their shows don't have female bodybuilding attached to it. And I have much respect for Linda for what she's doing with the Norfolk. Norfolk's kind of like, to me, kind of like the Jantana. The Jantana was the biggest show in the South. It used to be in North Carolina, most of the time it was in Virginia, but I knew it has a couple of shows in Charlotte, you know. But big shots to the Linda Murray show. And after that, the Toronto Pro, and not Toronto Pro, I'm sorry, the Tampa Bay Pro, which is kind of like the last show before the uh, Rising Phoenix. And you have the Rising Phoenix competition, which is, the overall championship. So that means that whoever wins is the champion for bodybuilding. But on a bright note, this year, the IFBB has given the Wings of Strength opportunity to bring back the real Miss Olympia back to the Olympia weekend, which is great. I mean, I feel like the O wasn't really the O without Miss Olympia. You have physique, but it's not Miss Olympia. It's Physique Olympia. The real Miss O is bodybuilding, and this should be always be part of the Olympia, even though it's not going to be sponsored by. It's not, like I say, it's not going to be, really sponsored by the IFBB, but it's going to be Original Strength is going to be the guys over Miss Olympia, and it will be called Miss Olympia, which it needs to be called, And I think it's fair. Miss Olympia has been one of the greatest shows from female bodybuilding next to the Miss International. And it's just as a fan, it's just like a stab in the heart how what the IFBB did by dropping it. I understand, how you feel about the fact that where you feel about it was going, but Miss Olympia has been around for almost 30 years, and then also you decided because ticket sales and all this and whatever crap, and you don't want to even give the women proper prize money. Not like you can't break off a few $1,000s extra and tack on to them. I mean, not like you're gonna hurt them. And just because you want a few promoters, but what about the fans? We loved Miss Olympia. It was truly one of the greatest shows in the IFBB history for female bodybuilding. And I'm glad that it's coming back to the old weekend. And if I could be there, I wish I'd be there because I'd be love to see a lot of these ladies be there. And for a hardcore fan, it's just a dream. Now, the next show after that is the Romanian Pro, or AKA the Romania Muscle Fest, and that's like really a show for mostly the really big girls. It's last year, Monique Jones, she won the title, and this was also the premiere of that big Russian chick. I forgot her name. I can't say it right. You know who we're talking about? Huge Russian chick. She won in the amateur division, and she got a pro card. I don't know what show she's going to premiere to. I think they probably might just either she's going to be in Chicago or she's going to do the Tampa. They're usually going to wait to put on one of the bigger shows, or they might put on one of the secondary shows, something like that. I'm not sure. But as you know how the Wing of Strength works, each show, you decide to get to the Rising Phoenix show is based on two things. You have to win. You have to win become the overall winner of one of the shows, and also it goes by a point system. Now, if you get enough points, you get a shot to the Rise of Phoenix show. And like I said, it's based on, like I said, we give okay, if you do okay, I'm gonna do the Toronto, I'll take second. And then, if I do, the Tampa, and do the Omaha, get enough points, I don't have to do any shows. I get straight up to the Rise of Phoenix. The Rise of Phoenix has now become the biggest show for female bodybuilding. The money is better. You get for the last couple of times, some ladies were getting a Jeep, and this time they got a Ferrari. Or was it, I think it was Ferrari, or Corvette or something. But this is a great opportunity for the women in bodybuilding. And also, if you notice the bottom, a tag called the Rising Phoenix Women's Bodybuilding World Championship, and they have the NPC Arizona Women's Extravaganza, meaning that the NPC is bringing back female bodybuilding to the Arizona Pro. For the last few years, female bodybuilding, which is the NBC National Physique Committee, is just the amateur division to the IFBB, and it's been a long time since they had full-fledged female bodybuilding attached to the Arizona Pro. Now, Arizona Pro is just mostly just figure, bikini, physique, and fitness. Now you have female bodybuilding back to it because it's a great opportunity for a lot of female bodybuilding because as you notice the last few shows, a lot of shows don't have female bodybuilding much anymore on the EPC roster. A few here and there, but not as many as it used to be. And the Arizona Pro being one of the biggest shows for female bodybuilding at the time now, it's a great opportunity for women to get their pro cards and come up and really help stack up the women's strength and female bodybuilding, and we need that. And I'm hoping like this. I hope the when they do the Miss International, they recruit more women from other countries. Not the last time it was mostly a couple women from here and there and some Canadians, but just a great bodybuilders from Brazil. I love female from bodybuilders. Remind me for my fitting for women from Germany. I love a lot of the German women. There's one lady, I forget where she's from. I think she's Belgium, Bulgaria, something like that. I can't say her name right, but she's amazing body, very attractive. I hope to give her an invitation for Miss International. I think she competes in lightweight. But shout outs to Windsor Strength for bringing back Miss Olympia to the Olympia weekend. And shout out to the ladies out there. It's your time. For us fanboys, we call it growing season. You know what I mean by growing season, fellas. Because, ladies getting ready, getting pumped, getting headed for the stage. That's just a beautiful thing to see. So, this is your man George Page. Like, subscribe. Don't subscribe. I'm out.